Hey guys, it's Sharon with Little Britain Company. Welcome to the channel. Today I got a notion that it would be fun to do a smash pad series. So if you've ever seen those, they literally take a pad of paper or take a set. I'm going to actually use this. It's a little bit smaller than smashing a whole pad, which can be like 48 pages. But they take one of these series and you use up all of it, or as much of it as is humanly possible. So I thought that would be a fun thing to do. I might be crazy. So I spent the last couple of days really doing some research to see what would be interesting and fun. Instead of just smashing the pad and doing a whole bunch of cards, I want to do some variety. What I am going to do with this is actually make it into a series and not a single day smash the pad, because it's doing all of this is going to be a little time consuming. I want to be able to do it with you, and I don't want it to be 3 hours long. And as you all know, my videos generally tend to be process videos, which this one is pretty much going to be. So I kind of take you through the process of whatever I'm doing. So I'm going to jump in and start doing a little bit of sorting. I spent some time looking at things. I'll show you my list. Working in my calendar, and here, I'll hone in on it, and just coming up with a whole bunch of different ideas that I could do for smashing a pad. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to get all of this out of this pad. So we can do albums and folios and cards, card holders, small note cards, tags, recipe cards, traveler's notebooks, small note card set, hidden paper clips, bookmarks, lyric lover, small junk journals, and one-page wonders. So tons of stuff to do here. And we're going to do some of it, or at least I'm going to do some of it. Hopefully you'll feel the urge to do some of it with me. I'm going to start today by working on recipe books. Now, well, actually, I think what I'll do is I'm going to start by taking this apart. I have my recipe books over here, but I'm going to take this apart and see what we've got. This one also, this is homemade Cartabella. I'm sure I ordered this from Echo Park, which is one of my favorite places to order my paper from. I'm going to put this aside just in case I have bits and pieces left. Hopefully I won't have anything left, but for this first one. And I'm going to put this aside because I am definitely going to cut out the homemade. And I will probably use that on the cover of one of my recipe journals. So let's see what we've got here. Really pretty two-sided paper. I am very partial to, move that to one side. When I have cut-aparts, I like to keep them as cut-aparts. I do not like to use the back, but the back of this is really pretty, but I have others that look like that. So thank goodness, because often it's, the back is just as pretty. I love this one for recipe albums, and I like that this one is more simple. So we have our strawberry picking is coming up. I need to go see where we can pick our strawberries this year. Pretty. Look at this cut apart. This is lovely. I like the back. I can live without it. That's what I meant. I guess that's what I meant. Sometimes I love the cut aparts, and then the back, I can't live without the back, and then I'm just sitting there with paper because I won't cut into it. So I really like this series because for each one of these so far, there's only one side that I love. See, on this one, it's that side. And, oh, cut aparts. I do love the cut aparts. I actually really love this one. Oh, I put that there and it's casting a shadow. I love the kind of watercolory, almost tapey, but oh, I love the bees. They're making it hard for me, guys. All right. Love that side. I do really like that side, but I love this side. I like that side. So I like both of these the same. That one up, more cut-aparts. So I like this one quite a bit, but cut-aparts win. So this one actually has a lot of cut-aparts. And I'm probably going to start by, I'm going to start, so I lied when I said I was going to jump straight in. I'm going to start by sort of decomposing some of this. This has a lot of stickers. I am going to try to use some of these stickers up. In particular, when I make the recipe album, I doubt I will only use papers from this. I do, because the recipe albums require so much paper, I will definitely be using some others. So put that aside. I am going to grab my favorite. I'm probably going to, one second. I've got things stacked here. That was getting caught. Let me move these things out of the way. I've also been doing things with file folders, just a little bit of fun. Okay, for right now I'm taking that off. And I am going to go ahead and just start cutting down some of this, just to make it easier on myself. Let's see. And I'm going to keep this because these are so cool. So I'll put that up there. These always make me a little nervous. I find it difficult to line them up completely, and I want such a straight cut. I'm so weird. Do you all like just making sure you get an exact... Oh, that wasn't bad. So I find I always have just a tiny bit of the top or a tiny bit of the bottom that I don't quite align perfectly, and I really wish I could. Drives me crazy. That's a little things to drive us crazy, isn't it? So today we had dinner at our next door neighbor's house with their son and his lovely bride and their 2 children visiting. And it was just lovely. It was a lovely dinner. A good time was had by all. Isn't that, that's just so super fun when you're hanging out with people whose company you enjoy. And yeah, so super nice. Super nice. I have been blessed with wonderful neighbors, or my family has been blessed with wonderful neighbors. This lining up. I would speed this up for you, but that's just effort. And I'm gonna trim that, oh my golly, just ever so slightly. Just want to trim it just a teensy bit. Yes. Like that teensy bit. Okay. Together is our favorite place to be. That is true. My favorite place is usually in my house, preferably with all my children around. But they're, other than little Brett, the rest of them are all grown and on their own. Okay, so now I have this nice stack of, these are I think 4x4. Yes, these are 4x4. So I'm put those aside. And then let's see, we had some other cut aparts in here. Got that one. This is such amazing paper. It really is. It's just heavy duty and so nice. Okay. So this one's going to be, let me do the ones that are going to be easy. Easy-ish. Came up. All right. So because the recipe albums that I make are generally vertically aligned and not horizontally aligned, there's only one piece in here that I could use for the recipe. I still really like it. Maybe I'll try doing some horizontal ones. Or some, no, maybe I'll try to do vertical. Vertical. Mine are all vertically aligned. Okay. So put that one aside. And let me see if I can get this one. Close, but it's gonna need a shave. I do find these are actually, it's really difficult to get them exactly, but luckily it's easy to do the little touch up. I don't know, do y'all have any tips about getting these exactly right? Like, see right there, you can see the little pink edge. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a few years, and I still... All right. Let me trim that. I mean, it's not a big deal to go back and get the extra tiny trim, but... Okay, put those aside. So these are postcard size. So I'm going to try and get that right on the inside. I can't do it. But really, this is just a tiny shave. Just a little shave. So, go through what you go through, and we've got Home Sweet Home. Happiness is a kitchen full of family and friends. I do think that's true. Bless this mess, absolutely. Together is our favorite place to be in family, where life begins and love never ends. I really like those. All right, so next, let's cut down this cool piece. Put these up here. So I have quite a few plans, as you could see, for things that I want to try to do. So I'm starting small. That's why I started with this set. It's not particularly big. I don't need to make dozens of things. But it would be cool to, to do a whole smash. Let me know if you guys have ever done one where you just like say, I'm going to do this entire one. These pieces are 3x4 that we're cutting right now. And these are going to be perfect. So I'm going to cut them down, and then I'm going to go back and do my trim which I'm clearly going to need to do. I'm going to start by doing my tiny trim on here. Part of it, I think, is just the blade itself. Slightly more. There we go. And again, I mean, you can see it. I really am just shaving these. So how are y'all doing? How is your day treating you? That one's okay. So we are finally on spring break. We had a late spring break. Our spring break aligns with Easter, which is usually, you know, no issue, except this year Easter's quite late. So Easter was yesterday, and we had a lovely time over at my sister's house. There were several siblings, and she and my and another sister arranged a fun little Easter egg hunt for the three kids. So, but it was super fun. It was, oh, I wasn't going to do this trim until I finished them all, and then there it is. No, it was quite lovely. Great time was had by all. A great time was had by all. Little Britt played like one of those big outdoor Jenga games with his uncle Bob. And that's apparently a big joke in the UK. Bob's your uncle. So I tell you what, it was very competitive. We actually all played. I was out relatively early because I'm no good at Jenga. And little Britt emerged triumphant. But it was a close thing. It was, once again, quite fun. And the food was delicious. Just delicious. And my sweet sister sent everybody home with more food, which was super nice. Very nice just to get together with your family sometimes. We have quite a large family, so getting everybody together is difficult. Okay, so that one gave us, what, 12 of these. It's interesting because some of them are actually slightly taller than others. That. All right. Okay, and finally is going to be this relatively difficult one. I feel like maybe I need to get my smaller cutter for this. I'll move that one to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and do my little shaving here. Take those little tiny pieces away. And, oh, I should have done this one first. What was I thinking? Okay. I do always like this. I think they're just, it's a nice little strip of something. So, okay, for this next step, I'm going to put this one away for a minute and get out my trimmer. Which seems to be lost in the fray. Let's see if my forget how this one works. Let's see if this one cuts better for me, or maybe a tiny bit straighter. Oh, still needs a shave. I give up. I'll bring the other one back. This blade actually is a little bit dull, and I have like several, and what have I done? I'm bringing this one back because I'm not getting anything better from that one. Actually, this one's not bad. Okay. So I'm going to line this up right on the inside of this. Hopefully. Oh, no, already I can see I need to do a small trim. From both sides. Oh my goodness. Okay. I love that this one comes with an actual recipe card. I think that's cool. This one just needs a tiny trim. I really should do this like a fast forward version of this so that you guys, but if I do that, what you'll hear is my Mickey Mouse voice as it starts to go. Okay. So this one. Home is where I'm with you. I'm going to trim that one up with scissors because that's just tight. Okay. Huh. So, sorry about the quiet as I concentrate and stop talking. It would never happen, and then it happened. I actually stopped talking for 5 seconds. All right, so let me keep working my way through this one. You know, I used to be better at this, at getting it so I didn't have to go back and do the shaving. That is the cutest dog ever. Well, maybe not ever. I mean, Cupcake and Sophia. And when my eldest was growing up, he had a dog named Willie. Willie was very sweet, very well-behaved pup. He was, we actually rescued him from, well, kind of rescued him. We had a friend who rode, and there were a lot of horse farms where we lived at the time when my eldest was growing up, or at least for a while. Anyway, so these are so little. So a friend told us about a pet the owner was about to get rid of, and I think put down, because she wanted the dogs to be able to drive in the horses and work with them. It was a working farm. And that's just not the kind of dog Willie was. Willie was always looking for attention and wanted to come inside and wanted to be with people. And that was not what she needed, but it was what Willie needed. And so the friend let me know, and we went and met them and met Willie, and that was it. It was all over. Willie became our dog. Sweet. Very sweet pup. Some of these just get so small. Gracious. All right, so cutting it apart. Golly, that's like half the battle right there. Getting it to now my eyes are getting watery trying to focus. Okay. All right, I'm going to look at this giant pile of cut aparts. This is just wow. Okay, I'm gonna that one over here. These are all bigger. I kind of arrange these. There's a lot here. There's a lot to do with, this stack. Now, I'm going to try to trim this by hand. There we go. This one is quite good. Honestly, some of these need to be, the trim needs to be so tight that I don't think I could safely do it on there. I don't know what I've done with, I have 3 trimmers like the Fiskars I had out, and I can only find the Fiskars right now. I have a Cricut one, which I really like. How's this one? That one looks good. I don't know what happened to it. So I'm sure it's over here somewhere. Every once in a while, I will take them when I'm doing crafting in a different space. That's always dangerous. Because then I try not to spread the crafts throughout the house because I have a space. I'm going to leave this one together because I might use that one together. This little set together. I like to use these tiny ones as like little postage stamp type things. Kind of perfect for that. Let's see if I can. Yay. Okay. Holy cow. We are half an hour into this video and I've only gotten these cut aparts. Wow. Okay. So my goal today was at least to get something started or done. What about done now? Because, whew. So, I have all of these recipe cards because when I do my recipe books, I usually have a few cards left from each one. And then when I have this mini, you can see they just kind of add up. But I thought, y'all tell me what you think. I was thinking that for something like this, if I'm using this type of paper, that I could do, that I could do a mixed one, just as long as these recipe pieces match. What do you think? Think that'll work? So the next step is going to be really, so I planned on doing my recipe books. I use these. I got these from Hobby Lobby 2 years ago when they did these huge sales. And it was, I believe, $2 a pack. And I got them for like 99 cents for the packs. And they were great because you can still buy these. I don't remember if you can get them at Hobby Lobby. You can certainly get these at Dollar Tree. They are cheaper. I think they're more cheaply made. And, but, you know, it's Dollar Tree for $1.25. But again, these each now cost me 50 cents. So I'm happy with that. So the inner piece is, I'm going to cut a couple of pieces to go in here that are going to be 6 by 4 and just under a quarter, because that's what this one needs to fill it up. So I know that there were a few sheets here that I really wanted to get a couple of the sheets out of it. So I know I want that one, and I know I want this one, and I think the strawberries. So I'm going to start by setting this at 6. And I do want to make sure that I get my orientation correct. Because if I'm doing this, the orientation has to be, if I did it like this, yeah, this is the right way to do it. No, it's not. I always have to think about it. So I need it to be 6 across. Yeah. And then it'll be 4 up. 4 and just under a quarter. So if I did it like this, and I do 6 across, and I do the 6 inches, that's not going to work, because then it'll go on like that. Oh, orientation matters. I'm going to start by getting off my little, my nice little tag at the bottom of the tag, but this cool little piece at the bottom, because I like to keep these. Okay, now, wait. It's this length that needs to be 6. Yes. Oh my goodness. It's always a process. Okay, so I have my 6, and then I want to, it's too bad it can't be like exactly 4, because then you could get 3 pieces out of that, but I'm going to do this at 4, and let's see, that's an 1/8. I'm going to be like right there between the 1/8. And because I want to show you all, I want to make sure that that's right by putting a piece in here. It might need to be down to an 1/8. Nope. That is literally perfect right there. Look how cute that is. I actually put it on the wrong one, because I always put my recipes on this side. And this top one has to be bigger when you're doing these. I gotta pull this out. The good thing is when you get it exactly right, it just adds a lot to your album. So getting it in is a pain in the neck, but there we go. It adds just substance to I don't know how else to put that. It adds some substance to it. It adds weight. So I think that is fantastic. And I think that this recipe card would look really good with it. And the recipe cards are smaller, but that's okay, because you need to take those out. You don't want to take, you're not really taking these out. Not unless you're going to be putting, I mean, I love the idea of putting the picture on them. And I've done the recipe albums. So I'm going to cut a few more of these pieces down. I'm going to have a leftover piece from this. So I'm only going to get 2 of each of those for my recipe albums. I do love them so much. So that's for the recipe album. And this goes for something else. So I've got this cool piece. I'm going to put it aside as I start to do these extras. Okay. So now I've got to go back to, well, no, I can do it this way. I'm just going to do it this way, because we know that I need this one. This piece, this top piece doesn't necessarily have a huge amount of, orientation. Am I doing it right? No, I'm not. Oh my gracious. Okay. Got to do it the same way each time or it's going to throw me. It's just absolutely going to throw me. By the way, it's like 1:30 in the morning. That's why I'm so like scatterbrained right now. Or at least that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. We've been very busy today. I've been working on the house and cleaning out bedroom and getting a whole bunch of stuff. We really want to kind of pare down a little bit. We just have a lot of stuff and it's time to go through it and really clean it out. And so that's what we're working on. And so it was a very busy day. So I'm inside. It's like 3/16. That's about where I'm putting that at. 4 3/16. So I've been working inside. Big Bert was working outside. Little Bert was kind of going between the two. Helping his dad outside sometimes and then inside with me sometimes, working on his own bedroom. He needed to go through all of his clothes to get rid of everything that no longer fits him, which is, quite frankly, quite a bit. So, super fun. Okay, so I like those two. I think that what I'm going to do with this one, just to start with, is I'm going to go ahead and cut down the rest of these so that I can use them in the album. I'm going to cut them all down to album size pieces. It's not going to be enough, but it does sort of put me, it gives me a really good start. And that's all I need. And then I'll add some other pieces to it. Because I like to live on the edge. All right. Let me get this piece up. All right, I'll put these aside. Let me go ahead and do the trim down for these. And guys, be careful if you're using a guillotine. They are tricky. They're not. They're actually really easy to use, but, you know, guillotine. We have a reason the French were using them. So, did everybody have a good Easter? I hope so. I hope everyone had an absolutely amazing Easter. I am honestly really glad that we chose to stay home. I know have some friends, a friend traveling with her family in Europe right now. They decided they booked a vacation back in Christmas time. So I've been seeing pictures of them in England and France, and I don't know where they're going next. A whirlwind. Okay. I like this. I love this paper. I have ordered it, I'm sure, a couple of times. That one just went flying. what was going on there? So I do really like this paper. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I had it set for the 6 inches. I'm going to move that one over there. Some of this, like this and this one, they really make me think of France. I think that's why I was thinking about that, because they just have kind of that French feel to them. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. So, if you're using a guillotine, or if you're not familiar with using the guillotine, fair warning, do make sure that you're holding. I just felt it the last one shift just a little bit. You really do have to hold, you know, I love my guard because it really helps me hold the paper down properly. Otherwise, the guillotines make things shift. So, okay. All right. So that's that. I don't know if I'm going to do it. So let me move this one over to our 3. So again, with this one, you're of course reading in this direction. So it's basically 4 3/16 for these next sheets. I may actually end up having enough. Will it? I don't know. Huh. We'll see. We shall see. I love the strawberry paper. Strawberries remind me of my sister Kathy. Strawberries will always remind me of my sister Kathy. Okay. This one, I actually like both sides of this one, and that's kind of nice when you have 2 sides to go from. Joys of double-sided paper. I tell you what, I think I'm going to come close to smashing this album just with, or this paper pad, just with this one album, which is kind of funny. And I think that the next smash one that I will do like a full album with the full 48 pages, or 42 to 48. I have plenty. So many good ideas I found as I was doing research to decide how I was going to do this. And part of this really is an effort to just produce more products and do a little clear out. There's a lot. I have a lot of paper. You all have seen me haul a lot of paper. And if I have, so I did take out 2 albums, because if this is too much for one album, and looking at it, I think it might be, then I will do a different one. Okay, so the front is always, you know, the front. So let's just, and I think I'm going to build into these colors. Is this one off? No, it's just tight. Got to get it in there. There we go. Well, and of course the cool thing is then you can put a picture in here of you know, you or a parent, or I don't know, grandparent, kids, everybody cooking. And I'm liking this one. I'll go back through and figure out what recipe cards I want to use. Kind of liking, I mean, the nice thing about this is that it's meant to go together. All of these papers go together. So putting them in the recipe book like this is kind of cool. I don't love that one. I'm going to put that aside because I already have this one in. So let's look at this one. That one's cool. This does, yeah. This one absolutely reminds me of France. I'm going to put that one aside. I'm not loving the green. I might need it if this one doesn't do this whole. I actually love both of these. So I'm going to use my bees next. And of course, if someone got a recipe album from me, they could always switch. Wait, that's not going in well. I do not want to make a mess of the paper. There we go. So, although these are, I think you need like 24. I did not count as I went, but I believe you need about 24 or 25 sheets. I mean, right now it's just all looking good. Oh, yeah, perfect. To be fair, I'm really just going, I'm just using the same ones they put out there. Let's see how many we still need. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I need 12 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at the moment I only have 6, 7, 8 if I use those. So I will need to add a little bit of paper to this, but that's okay. Trying to decide if I want to, because I do want to use these. And I want to intersperse them. Let me do that one. And then this one. And I think strawberries. Strawberries. Okay. So right now, we've got that top. It's got a nice flow. So I am going to repeat a couple because I like them and I think that they're gonna work. What's on the back of this one? That one's actually pretty nice. So this one was, I believe, at the front. I'm going to go ahead and use that one again next. To say. And then we're going to go in with this yellow, which is also giving me a hard time. This one has to go a certain way. There we go. And I think we're going to use the chickens. I am not going to use the dark green. I really just don't like the dark green. Not for this. I love all the other colors together. I just am not loving the dark green with it. There we go. Leave our chickens. And then I'm going to use this side. And I actually don't mind that one, but I love this one. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this one again. Like I said, I mean, the cool thing is with these, if someone wanted to switch them, they certainly could. So now I only have a few pages left that I need to fill. And I wish you could feel the difference. I can show you the difference. So far, I've only put the pages in, and it's not even done. So now I'm going to make a quick decision about which recipe cards to put in. So I have that one, and I have this one, black and white one, and this one, and the lemon. So I am just going to put some different ones in this. Ooh, I like that simplistic. I tell you, once you start filling this one up, definitely fills up. It gets thicker and thicker. There is quite an investment of paper, by the way, in this. I mean, I think as you can tell, there really is, there's a lot of paper in here. There's a lot of paper. There's usually an entire recipe, set of recipe cards. So these run a little bit expensive when I sell them. I sell them for $15, but that's why. I mean, there's so much paper in here. $15 is actually pretty cheap. These Cartabella, I mean, that just took, as you can see, half at least of the paper. And that's a lot. It's just a lot. So I'm going to switch these. So these packs of paper, or these ones, I think they're usually $15 on their own. And yeah, I'll be able to do some other things with it, but it's a lot. The recipe cards used to be more expensive, and that's cute. I like that. Yes. So yeah, the recipe cards used to be more, but they have definitely, I have to look where I am, you know. Hobby Lobby now you can buy some of the different sets of recipe cards for, I think it's $1.99 for the pack of them, but you'll need an entire pack to do this. Let me use this one. You will definitely need a whole pack to do these. So so what I normally do when I do these, I think I usually have one card left from each recipe pack, and that's what this is, which tells you how many recipe books I've made, which is a lot. I've made a lot of these. So, yeah. I think I want to do this one here. So I'm going to do, yeah, I like that. It's almost Disney-like. Okay. Oh, I skipped one. There's that one. I'll do this one. That's cute. I kind of like this one where it's different recipe cards. Oh, that's got to be that one. Oh yeah. So normally I just use one type throughout the album, but I'm really liking this mixture. I'm really liking this mixture. All right, so I know I want that one there. And you guys think? I think I'm going to do that one there. And I think this one works well with that. So, and I'm okay with, you know, some of them might be close to each other or some of them might not be, but it's not this, and then repeat. It's, I just really wanted to match it to what made sense to me. Okay, so this one's almost done, and I will add a few extra papers to finish this up. I only need 1, 2, 3, 4. So the backs, so these are slightly harder. I need a I'll need a recipe card here. These are just a lot bigger. What did I do with the one I took out? So let me move these out of the way, since we're doing a recipe book as the first part of the Smash Album series, or Smash Paper. So now you can see, and it's not done. It's not full. Makes a big difference. Yeah, makes a big difference. I don't know, I might. So I think I used, let me take a quick look through here actually. So I didn't use, yeah. I'm trying to decide whether I need to cut another piece of that down, but I'm not going to do that. So this you need for 2 pieces in the front and 2 pieces in the back. And this one is 4.5 by like 6 1/4. Yep. Just under the quarter. Nope. It's 6 1/8. So this one is, I'm measuring it over here. Sorry. I've got my little measuring thing. Yep. So this one's going to be 4.5. This is one of my new pens that I made. 4.5 by 6 1/8. That's the measurement. That actually writes really nicely. That's one of the new ones. I've been working on my beaded pens too. Oh, and let me show you all real quick. It's the rubber ducky pen. Oh my golly. I'm in love with the rubber ducky pen. I think that people need a whole series of these to give away at baby showers. All right, so I'm going to think about this one, and I will be back in a minute. So I switched over to my smaller trimmer, and I decided that I was going to go ahead and just use up the papers from this pack. So these are already 6 inches. I'm going to go ahead and do my 4 3/8, and I'll show you. Yeah, that should be right. And I will show you what else I have done to finish up the recipe book. It certainly uses a lot of paper. So, go through and do these. And then I'll show you what I'm doing with the front and the back. Put that aside. And, okay, so here is our recipe album. And we have kind of this, I'm really actually digging this. Digging? That shows my age. These different recipe cards in here. I think it's just kind of fun throughout. So let's see where we are. If I can get back there. There we go. So I already I think I put that one in. And I decided to go ahead and use these. So the strawberry, I just want to make sure that they're not too close together when I do a repetition. And I think the strawberry is pretty far back here. So I'm going to go ahead and do, let's do this. I'm going to do this one right there with this lemon. Wow, that's just, wait, why is that so big? Huh. That should be the right size, but that is not the right size. I mean, no, it's, let me do it this way. Probably they'll all be slightly off. Okay, let's see if that works better. Wow, that is still off. Huh. Not sure why. I mean, it does matter when you use different cutters for these things. Put the other side in. I like it this way. Kind of like waves. I don't know why. I just do. Okay. So that one is in. Clearly, I'm going to have to trim these down further. If that one didn't really work. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a bit off of this one. And hope for the best. Yeah, that's gonna be the best combination here. You can put them in however you choose. I really liked trying to make sure that I was varying the pictures and the kind of matching as you went. I don't know how to put that. So this goes with this better to me, and then the other ones, it's kind of like a cascade effect, maybe. Let's see if this guy fits in. All right. Perfect. I don't know why I was so far off. It's weird. Little stuff like this, I am throwing it away. Honestly, because I have a tendency to want to keep it. And that's just not necessarily useful. I'm just going to plug my phone. There we go. Okay, so I've got my strawberries in. I'm going to go ahead and put in some recipe. That one, and then I've got those lemons, so what do I have left? Use this one. If I can get it in. I'm going to switch these. I know. Y'all are probably looking at me going like, you know, Sharon, it really doesn't make a difference. I'm just funny that way and a little bit punchy. See, I'll show you. See that time? That's AM, not PM. We've been working on the house all day and trying to get some things done, and time got away from us. So, okay, and so here's one change that I made for my recipe albums. Normally I do recipe card, and then I'll do another picture, and then I'll try to find a way to put the recipe card in. And I'm switching that up. I'm now going to put a recipe card on this last page on both sides. And then this is just going to be my picture because that way I can just put one sheet in. So this is the back. And I'm also going to add, when I find them, they're up here somewhere, I know I saw them, I have these really cute homemade stickers, and I want to put one like right on the back. So what I have left, this is what we have. This is the almost full. And I need to do the cover. So I just went ahead and cut out, let's pull that back a little bit so you can see a little better. Okay, so I went ahead and cut out another piece. I love this for the cover. This is one of the cut aparts, and this is, so I need, where's my ATG? There it is. I'm going to use my, oh, it's empty. I need to fill it. My ATG gun is, oh. Let's see if this worked. So, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Do you see that? So this was supposed to be stainless steel. But if the pen was stainless steel, that should be perfectly clear. When it first came out, it came out black. All right. But for now, let me see if I can get that on there. Pretty. Okay. This paper is lovely, so incredibly thick. You know, that's what you're going to find with the Echo Park Cartabella papers. They are just amazingly lovely and thick. So it doesn't, you know, I'm not worried about the glue on these. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just, it's the lovely thing about using the glue is that you have a quick second to get it down. That is very dark. Wow. Okay. But it worked. So I'll put back in there. The hunt continues to find the actual stainless steel. So that, by the way, this pen was from Temu, and it said stainless steel, but clearly, you know, it's completely black on the inside there. So not stainless steel. Okay. When you put this last one in, because there's a specific orientation, just keep in mind, hold it like that, flip it over. I mean, you can, it's easy enough to pull out if you get it wrong, but it kind of needs to go in a bit upside down. And the nice thing about this is you really only need one piece. Just make sure you get the double-sided. If you're using double-sided, I really like that. I really like that. Now, I'll put a ribbon around it. I don't have the ribbon with me right now, but I will put a ribbon around it. And look how thick that is. And that's without extra pictures and extra writing. So I absolutely would, you know, for me, I have, it's not here right now, but I have one that I made for me, and I have put pictures on the inside. It just makes it, you know, it still all fits really nicely, but it gets thicker and thicker. And as far as pricing goes, that's why this is $15, because it uses up a volume of paper. That used up, honestly, more than half that pack of paper. So, and I'll show you, this is how thick it was when we started. And this is how thick it is now. Okay, so that is my first make from this pack of paper. I'll put that one aside. I'll keep it all together for when we're done. So what do we have left? And what am I going to make next? Oh, sounds like we got a storm coming through. Okay, so I have a whole lot of cut aparts. I mean, a lot of cut aparts here. And there's some little ones. I'm going to be making tags. I'm going to be making another an album. And a few other things. I didn't just want to make cards. I may make a few cards, but I didn't just want to make cards. I am losing these little bits. Okay, so there's those. I wonder if that would look cute. I wonder if that would look cute like that. I might add that on. We'll see. Okay, so I have this piece and this one. Not a lot of this one. These are all 6 by 7 3/8. These are 6 by 7 3/8. These big ones. Let's see. That's going to be 6 7 3/8. These are, I think, these are 6 by 6. These two pieces. Okay, so these last two, honestly, this is all I have left. Everything went into that. Just kind of realizing that's a lot. And then I have these two pieces left. Holy cow. And these are 6 by 12. And then I have all of these, which are going to be 6 by... These are 6 by 3 and 3/4, 6 by 3 and 3/4. These pieces. So I think I have I have one of each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of those. And then I have all of these pieces. So I do like these little homemade. I'm going to cut these little homemades off. And since I don't know where the sticker is, I might mount that and put it right there. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to. And then I have some extra little homemade ones to put on there. All right, so this is what I have left. So there's a few things that I know I wanted to make. I want to make a couple of simple folios, and I'd like to make some bookmarks and some tags. So we'll see what the next one is. But for today, this is the first step of smashing this paper pack. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.